Hello everyone, and welcome to the Dirt Floor Fab YouTube channel. In today's video we're going to be setting up the heads for the new engine setup. For those of you that haven't seen, this is a LC9 bottom end with L83 Gen 5 heads on it. So we're going to be going ahead and checking piston to valve. We're going to be shimming springs, measuring push rods. All that stuff's already pretty much done, but I'll walk you kind of through the gist of what we're doing. So stick around. All right, so as you can see, I've already got a head bolted on, torqued on. It's got valves in it with some setup springs. The other ones are much stiffer over there. I wanted to go ahead and get this bolted on. I have to take the head gaskets off because these are copper head gaskets. So I have to do a first torque on them with the O-rings, pull it off, spray it down with a sealer, and then put it back installed at the same torque. Then I'll probably go ahead and actually retorque it afterward. But that's for a later video. This is just mainly head setup, checking push rod length, stuff like that. So anyways, I got a OEM style intake valve over here, and then these are Manley severe duty exhaust valves here, stainless. And what I did to check for piston to valve is set this at top dead center. It is no longer. Let me do that real quick. So there's a proper way of doing this, and there's kind of a shortcut way of me knowing that I'm not going to have piston to valve issues. So I just set it at top dead center. A lot of people will set this at 5 degrees after, 10 degrees after, and see if it gets closer or whatever. Mostly you're going to be close on the intake. I've measured this one already. It's got 180 thousandths. But how I set it up to do it is just dial indicator and then press down on it. Sorry guys, I didn't mean to bump that. Press down, count the turns. 2, 3, 4. I think this one had 380 thousandths, which is what we just measured. 2, 3, yeah, 380. So we're not going to be close on the exhaust. We're 180 thousandths on the intake. I don't think we're going to have an issue with that. I've spun it a little bit and checked it. It doesn't get close. It doesn't hit anything like that. So I guess that's that over with. We'll go ahead and get rid of this. One of the next things I did was go ahead and check push rod length so I could go ahead and get them ordered. Unfortunately, I don't have the turning kit, so I may have a little bit of variance in it. It just does seem like the stock rocker has a little bit of deflection. I am using a lash cap, which is provided in the Brian Tooley kit that I'm using, which is a SK707. Mine has the valve saver. There's a bunch of other stuff on it, basically titanium retainers. But regardless, we're using this push rod length checker, which is a Cam 7702. Go ahead and drop it in. Okay, so I've got my complete valve package installed. Rocker, like I said, this has just a standard rocker in it. I haven't got my trunnion kit yet, so I got a little slop here. Got my lash cap. Reach in here with my pinky finger because my hands are big and adjust it outward until I don't have lash anymore. Okay, so here we are at 0 lash. I'm going to go ahead and pull my rocker off and gently pull the push rod out. Alright, so we technically have 21.5 turns, which is more than this should read. But I'm just kind of spitballing it. I'm going to check it. 21, each turn is 50 thousandths. 21.5 times 50 thousandths is, I think, 1.075. So add that to 6.8 and then add the preload for the Johnson lifters, which is 30 plus or minus 5. I came up with a 7.9 inch push rod. So we're gonna go ahead and we're still waiting for them. Unfortunately, they're supposed to be here yesterday, which is today is 4th of July. Happy Independence Day. Thank you for all that served. So yeah, we're waiting on parts there. Do have the other head assembled. I'm gonna go over that real quick. BTR recommends that these are shimmed at 1.8 spring height. Unfortunately, the Manley valves, the one came up 1.79, and then I checked a couple of them, and it seems like every one of them wants to be around 1.79, so we lost 10 thousandths there. My cam for this is only 648, I think, lift, so we're still 25 thousandths away from coil bond. Shouldn't be a big deal. So we got these all set up in there using a height micrometer. I'm not going to go ahead and deal with showing you guys that, but we're going to go ahead and get the top fuel hoops put in the head and then put this down. I'll show you guys a goof up I made, but I talked to Flat Out and they said that it'll work either way. You can see this one has an L on it. I went ahead and put the right one on that side. As long as this is up front, it doesn't matter. They're identical. I talked to them. They said it doesn't matter. So I did make a mistake. I was going to go ahead and order new ones, but it's 160 bucks. So I'm just going to go ahead and run them. And if I have a head gasket issue, I mean, I really shouldn't, then I'll change them out. The reason I can't flip flop them is I've got the fuel hoops in this head and they pressed the fuel hoops into the receiver groove when I torqued the head, so if I were to bring it over here, it'd be upside down essentially. So that's what we're gonna run, and I'll go ahead and do that. So when you guys are installing these, if you ever have to install them, you need to make sure that you're putting the flat side in the head. You can see this is the round side, hopefully you can anyways, and this is the flat side. You want to put the flat side towards the head, because you want the round part to be what pushes into the receiver groove. Now, these things are kind of a pain. I'm not going to film myself doing them because I get kind of frustrated with them sometimes. I have a gunsmithing hammer for these, and it has a brass and a plastic head on it, and you just go ahead and pound all the way around it until you feel that it's uniform. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. I'm not going to film it though. I'll show you guys the end result of it. Then we'll go ahead and get this thing torqued on. This here's what the finished product looks like with the valves installed. You see the hoops in. Go ahead and throw this on the motor, torque her down, put the head studs in, and that should be a long block for now anyways. Like I said, I'm still waiting on push rods and stuff to check. I don't know if that'll be out in this video or the next, but if it's not, and thank you guys for watching. Appreciate all the follows, the new people that are coming to the channel, as well as if you've made it this far. I do also have a TikTok and Instagram. I post more on TikTok than Instagram, but I got more followers on TikTok too if you want to join there. Post a lot of these short things, like each of the videos I post on there. Push rods, how to check spring height, stuff like that. So it's easier to digest if you don't want to just hear me babble while I'm working, because that's what I tend to do when I do YouTube videos. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Well guys, here she is, a long block again. Still waiting on parts, so we're gonna go ahead and end the video here. Thank you all for watching.